Imagine the thrill of a college football comeback that defies all odds, only to be shattered by a potential season-ending injury. That's the roller coaster drama that unfolded for Texas fans on Saturday, as star quarterback Arch Manning exited the field after a helmet-shaking collision. Yet the Longhorns still battled back for an overtime triumph. But here's where it gets controversial. Was that hit on Manning clean, or did it cross into dangerous territory? Let's dive deep into the details of this nail-biting game against Mississippi State, breaking it down step by step so even newcomers to college football can follow along. It all went down in the first play of overtime during Texas's 45-38 victory over the number 22 ranked Bulldogs. Manning, the talented freshman signal caller, who's been the talk of the SEC, took the snap and dropped back to pass. When no receivers were open, he scrambled up the middle, a classic quarterback maneuver to extend the play. As he dove for the ground while being tackled by Mississippi State safety Isaac Smith, he was blindsided from behind by defensive lineman Kedrick Bingley-Jones. The impact caused Manning's helmet to visibly bounce off the turf, and he stayed down, struggling to rise, even with help from teammate Brandon Baker, the right tackle. Trainers rushed out immediately, and Manning eventually made his way to the medical tent, where he remained until the game's conclusion. Coach Steve Sarkisian provided no updates post-game, simply stating, "We'll learn more once we're back in Austin." This uncertainty adds an extra layer of tension. What does this mean for Manning's future in Texas's offense? And this is the part most people miss. Injuries like this often spark debates about player safety in football. Some argue that such hits, especially late in a scramble, should be penalized more strictly to protect quarterbacks, while others see it as just part of the game's physicality. Is it fair to expect defenders to hold back, or does that undermine the sport's intensity? I'd love to hear your take in the comments. Fortunately, the Longhorns didn't skip a beat. Backup quarterback Matthew Caldwell stepped in and delivered a clutch 10-yard touchdown pass to Emmett Mosley V to seal the comeback. Texas had staged one of the most remarkable rallies in SEC history, erasing a 17-point deficit in the fourth quarter alone to force overtime. To put that in perspective for beginners, trailing by 17 points means you're facing a huge uphill climb. Think of it like being down 4 touchdowns in a basketball game. ESPN research confirms this as the first such comeback for an SEC team since South Carolina's epic 2013 victory over Missouri, where they overcame a 17-0 hole to win 27-24 after 2 overtimes. It's the kind of feat that highlights the unpredictability and excitement of college football. Manning himself had a standout day before the mishap, turning in what some are calling his finest performance yet at Texas. He connected on 29 of 46 passes for a personal best 346 yards, tossing 3 touchdowns against just 1 interception. He even added a rushing touchdown to his stat line. In the crucial fourth quarter alone, Manning went 12 for 20 with 166 yards and 2 touchdowns, marking the first time a Texas quarterback has hit those marks in the final frame since Sam Ehlinger did it back in 2019. This stretch turned a potential blowout into a thriller. The comeback ignited with Manning's 21-yard touchdown throw to Mosley, slicing Mississippi State's lead to 38-28 with 9:34 remaining. Texas's defense then stepped up, recording 2 sacks to force the Bulldogs into a quick 3-and-out. The Longhorns drove deep into MSU territory, settling for a 26-yard field goal by Mason Shipley to narrow it to 38-31. Another defensive stop led to a game-tying heroics. Ryan Niblett's 79-yard punt return for a touchdown with 1:47 left in regulation, knotting the score at 38 and sending the game to overtime. Looking ahead, Texas gears up for a big matchup against number 10 Vanderbilt next week. Will Manning recover in time, or will Caldwell get more reps? And speaking of debates, Does this injury highlight the need for better helmet technology or rule changes to prevent such scares? Do you think manning star power is worth the risk? Or should teams play it safer with their prized QBs? Share your thoughts below. Agreement or disagreement, let's discuss.